Hello everyone, welcome to the network lobby. This is your instructor Eddie, and today we'll be looking at a topic, ipconfig. ipconfig is a very simple network troubleshooting tool which pretty much everybody has used today. But do you really know what happens in the background? Today we'll be looking at two of the options that are used in ipconfig, that is release and renew. I'll be sharing my screen with you guys so that you can have a look at what I do and how I do it, and better understand how ipconfig really works. So let's look at the screen. I have the command prompt pinned to my taskbar over here, but you can find that using the start menu. You can type cmd or you can type command. It should bring up the desktop app called command prompt. I'm using Windows 10, so you could have a different view of the system if you're using a different operating system. Once you're inside the command prompt, as you can see, I'm in users network lobby Eddie, but you can be in a different directory as well. It doesn't really matter where you run the ipconfig from. So let's try to run the command ipconfig and see what it does. So when you just run the ipconfig command, it gives you some basic information about the different adapters that you have. I have many adapters because I use VirtualBox. But apart from that, the real adapters that are really functional on my system are the wireless and the Ethernet. The current one that is in use is the wireless one. As you can see, I have an IP address of 192.168.0.103 and a gateway of 0.1. So ipconfig in itself gave you some basic information, but if you use /all or /all, you can see it gives you a bunch of more information. Here inside the wireless LAN adapter, you can see that it tells me my MAC address, right? And it gives me the lease information, which is very important. And this will be useful for our tests today because we are going to play around with release and renew. It also tells me the DHCP server that I'm using. If you're not familiar with DHCP and DNS, as you can see, then look at my other videos on my channel. Now that we see more information with ipconfig /all, I can show you some other commands. So ipconfig /release and ipconfig /renew. Before we type these commands, we really need to understand today that how this works and what it actually does in the background, right? For that, I'm going to use a very simple troubleshooting tool that everybody uses as well. It's called Wireshark. So let's open up Wireshark. Let's see that. So here's Wireshark. Take a bit to open up. So let me move this window around and focus on Wireshark. As you can see, my Wi-Fi adapter has some traffic on it. So let me just click on it and start capturing some traffic. So I'm going to make it more visible for you guys, right? And let me place this, sorry. Let me place this over here. Yeah, this looks better. Okay, so the only packets that I'm looking for are DHCP. So the filter for DHCP on Wireshark is bootp. Let me clear out any old packets. So I restarted the capture over here. As you can see, I'm going to do ipconfig /release. So here's what it really does. So when I release my IP, it sends a release message to my DHCP server, which is 192.168.0.1, saying that I do not require the IP address anymore. If I look at ipconfig and scroll up, I do not have an IP address on my wireless, as you can see. I have a PIPA IP address, an auto-configured IP address, right, which everybody knows about. But I do not want that, and I've lost my internet connectivity as well. So let me fix that. To do that, I can do ipconfig /renew. Okay, so it started the process. As you saw, it sent out a discover. It got an offer from the server. Then it requested for the same IP address that it was offered, and it was acknowledged by the server, therefore getting an IP address. That's all for today. We'll look into the detail of release, renew, and how these combinations work in the next video. Till then, happy learning.